community, how you guys doing today? So I'm really sorry for missing last week's video. Last weekend was just kind of horrible, but I will make it up to you guys. I'm going to post this video, obviously, and you're going to get a bonus video on Wednesday. So stay tuned for that one. Today's video is going to be the Colourpop Liquid Lipstick review. I'm going to show you guys swatches and what they look like and feel like on the lips. So let's just go ahead and get started into the video. So whenever I made that really big order on Colourpop, I ended up getting three matte liquid lipsticks, 4 satin liquid lipsticks, and 1 gloss lip, and 1 of their lippy sticks. Now, it's really funny because normally I only wear matte lipsticks, so I'm kind of interested in the fact that I got 4 satin lipsticks, liquid lipsticks. I think I actually didn't realize they were satin. I need to read the description more, but I'm going to go ahead and show you all the colors that I got because you could probably sense a theme going on here. Like pinky nudes are definitely my thing. I think they look a lot. I've already put the lippy primer on, so I'm going to go ahead and try the first lippy stick, shade Aftershock, and it is a matte. So I'm going to go ahead and put that on, and I'll give you my feelings afterwards. So this is the shade Aftershock. I actually really like the color. Please forgive the application. I'm still working on practicing my applying lips. That is probably the makeup that I spend the most time on. I'm so slow. I'm like, like that. Oh, I just got it on there. That's great. So even though Aftershock is a matte, it doesn't feel too drying on the lips. I think that partially has to do with the lippy primer. I did put that on underneath this. So I will be using the lippy primer underneath some and not underneath others, just to kind of see how it feels with the lippy primer and versus without. But all in all, I really do like the finish and the color of this one. So this one gets thumbs up. The next one I think we're going to do is the glossy lip. Now this one is the Aquarius Gloss. This one's from the Kathleen Lights collection. So I'm kind of excited to see this. I don't usually do glosses. I don't know why. They're just too like sticky. But granted, the only time I ever used gloss was back in like the early 2000s when like gloss was the thing and it was like that super thick, like chunky glitter gloss, and ugh, I hated it. Was not good. I'm actually not going to use the lippy primer underneath this one just to see, because I feel like you shouldn't need a lippy primer with a gloss. So let me put this on and we will see. Okay, so this is the Aquarius Gloss, and surprisingly I actually really like it, and honestly I think this might be like my perfect nude shade because it looks literally just like my lips has a sheer gloss on them, but it is pigmented, obviously, so if your lips are a different shade than mine, it will look like you have something on your lips, which is fine. Like, that's what you want in a tinted gloss. And it's not too tacky. Like, if you guys can see, like, when I rub my lips together, it doesn't, like, have that stringy feeling that ugh. It does look like, though, that even with the transfer, that it still stayed put pretty well, which I know is kind of, like, counterproductive, but it doesn't look like I don't have like patches of lip gloss missing from my lips, so that's good. Okay, so since I have 4 satin shades, I'm going to use 2 with the primer and 2 without the primer, just to see if the primer changes the effect of how it looks. And I know it should affect how it like stays, but I want to see if the lippy primer affects how it looks, if it's gonna like make it look extra satiny or make it look a little more dull and matte, so we shall see. Okay. We got the shade Frack, which I know is one of their best sellers, so I'm really excited to see how this one looks. Okay, so this is the shade Frack. I actually really like it. I like the finish of it. I think it looks good on the lips. It feels good on the lips too. I can feel it there. It's not too tacky. It is a little bit darker than what I would normally do, but that's not a big deal. When fall comes around, maybe I'll pop this one out. So this one's gonna be staying quiet for quite a while. So I will say, kind of hard to get off. Very staining. Okay, I take it back. They're not hard to get off. It's just when I did the swipe, it just went all over my face. But that's my fault. See, it is a little stain in there. You can kind of see it like right around here. Alright, next one we're going to do is Dopey. I'm going to try this one without the lippy primer and see if that feels any different than Frack did. Okay, so this is Dopey. It's kind of a purpley grayish color, which I actually kind of like. Although I think that without makeup on me, it kind of looks like I'm dead. So, you know, that's good. We all want to look dead every now and then, like I do now. And actually, weirdly enough, I wasn't really expecting the lippy primer to really affect anything, but it does feel different. And I know it's not the best test because Dopey might be different than frickin' Frack. However, it almost feels like looser. I don't know how to, not looser, but like frickin' Frack with the lippy primer felt more tacky than this one does. It's still like, it almost feels glossy. It doesn't look glossy, but it almost feels glossy without the lippy primer. So I'm wondering if the lippy primer like really like grabs onto that lips and like the lippies and just like don't move, and so it's very tacky, which is not, it's not a bad thing at all, but that's kind of interesting. I'm actually gonna test and see if the rest of them, I'm not gonna use the lippy primer on the rest of the satin finishes, and I'll see if it was just this one that felt like that, or if the lippy primer really does change anything. But overall, that's Dopey. I like it. Oh my god. Am I just an incapable human being? Do I just not know how to talk with lipstick on? Wow, that was bad. Okay, well, one thing's for sure. Whenever I'm wearing the satin finishes, I'm definitely every 5 minutes going to be looking at Michael and saying, do I have lipstick on my teeth? So, but other than that, Dopey looks really good. I like this. Alright, now on to November. This one is I'm like 99.9% sure that this one is part of the Kathleen Lines collection, so we shall see what this one is. And again, frickin' Frack, Dopey, and this one, and then Brooklyn, the next one I'm going to do, is all satin finishes, and then I'm going to move on to the mattes. So we shall see. Alright, so this is November, and just like the Aquarius Gloss that I tried, I actually think this looks like my lips, but better. It's a really good nude color for me. I'm really excited that I'm finding all these good nude colors, because any color nude I tried was either way too dark or way too light, and it basically looked like I had concealer on my lips. So I really like this. It feels like Dopey. It doesn't feel quite as tacky as frickin' Frack, which is, it's nice to see that the lippy primer is gonna change like how it feels a little bit. I almost like the feeling of it better without the lippy primer, so I'm wondering if maybe the lippy primer would benefit the mattes better and maybe make your lips feel more hydrating, since mattes are really drying. I really like November, and I'm going to put this into my permanent little favorite collection. Alright, we're on to the last satin one. This is Brooklyn, and I'm not gonna lie, I actually did try to wear this the other day, and it ended up being horrible. Now, I think the problem is that I normally try to put some kind of base underneath my liquid lipstick, whether it be chapstick or the lippy primer now, but I didn't have any of that at the time, and so I use Vaseline, like the little tiny lip thing of Vaseline, and I put it on, and then I wiped most of it off, and then I put this on, and I think I tried a different matte with that, and it was so incredibly crumbly, and I'm 100% sure that it was a Vaseline. So little pro tip, don't use the little lip thing, the little Vaseline container for your lips underneath liquid lipstick. I'm sure all of you guys know that. I'm just an idiot and didn't think. I was like, oh, it's moisturizing, it'll work perfectly, it's fine, and no. So I'm excited to see what this looks like without Vaseline underneath my lips. Okay, here's Brooklyn. I really like this color. It's a little bit more orangey. No, I changed that back. It's a little bit more like corally than I expected it to be from the tube, but I mean, we all know that the liquid lipstick shades change from what they are in the tube to what they are on your lips. I thought it's not too dissimilar. Okay, so that was the last of the satin one, so now I have 3 matte shades I'm going to show you, and I'm going to use the lippy primer underneath the first one and see how that changes from the last 2. I'm going to try out Aquarius 2 first, because I honestly don't think I'm going to like this color on me, and this has, if I don't like the color, it has nothing to do with how I feel about the actual formula and things like that. I just don't know if I'm going to like, I don't usually like the brownie nudes on me. Okay guys, I'm sorry, I actually do not like this at all. First of all, the color, but I'm not going to judge on the color, I just, that does not look good on me. However, I was noticing when I was putting this on, I had to put a lot on. Okay, I'm gonna get real close to you guys here. Okay, see, it looks like you can't even get like a full coat of this. I wonder if maybe you're supposed to like put a layer on, let it dry, and then put another layer on, but that's kind of... when I put my liquid lips on, it's the last step of my makeup, and I want to just get it done and over with, because I've already spent, 45 minutes doing everything else. I just want to... Still, I put a lot on, like more than I have with any of the other ones, and I still didn't even get a full layer. It seemed kind of streaky and patchy almost, but I will say, it actually feels surprisingly good on the lips as it's dried. I didn't like it at first, but now that it's dried... I didn't like it at first, which just goes to show that you gotta be patient sometimes. But as it dries, I actually like it. It actually doesn't feel like I have anything on my lips at all, which is shocking to me. All the other lips, I felt like there was something on my lips, but this one I actually don't. So yeah, so I'm not gonna judge it on the color itself because, like I said, I don't think the color looks good on me. But the way it feels actually feels really, really good. The color itself seemed like it was kind of streaky and patchy, like I couldn't get a full layer on, so that was kind of but other than that, the actual formula and the way it feels on the lips, I really like that, so you get a 7.5. Alright, the next one we're going to do is Needle and Thread. This is also matte, and I'm not going to be using a lippy primer underneath this one, so we'll see if the lippy primer is what made it feel so good on the lips. Also, I do want to point out though, I only had the Aquarius 2 on my lips for maybe 5 minutes, and when I went to take it off, it was a pain in the ass, so I can't imagine how hard it's going to be when you wear it for a longer period of time. Also, I'm sorry that this is starting to get really red. I can't tell if it's red because it's irritated or red because it's just being stained by the repeated, like, pinky news. I think this one's the one I'm most excited about, so hopefully this one feels and looks as good too. Alright, this is Needle and Thread on the lips. I really, really like it, and the colors seem to be actually, like, staying put. It didn't seem patchy or streaky like Aquarius did. It feels slightly drying on the lips, so I think the lippy primer does help it feel so good, but it's probably the least drying matte liquid lipstick I've ever tried. I almost don't feel it on my lips, which is amazing in my personal opinion. Okay, so as it's dried down a little bit more, I do feel it on the lips, so I think the lippy primer does help make it feel nice and not quite as, like, there's lipstick on your lips, but I really, really like this. This one's also going in my little favorites collection because I think it'd look better if this whole area isn't red. Alright, so the last and final liquid lipstick that we have left to do, if you've made it this far, you deserve a gold medal because this has just been a whirlwind, let me tell you. Anyway, this one's called Sizzle. This one I'm actually kind of scared about because it's almost red. It's like a very pinky red, and I don't think... one time I wore red lipstick and Mike said, "You look like Taylor Swift," and I was like, "Thanks." He's like, "That's not a good thing," and I was like, "Oh." Okay guys, this is Sizzle. Please forgive the horrible application of this. I don't know what's going on right here. But I really like this. Again, it doesn't feel like much on the lips. I think the lippy primer does help make it feel almost like, I'm talking like 99% nothing on the lips. So I would definitely continue to use a lippy primer. However, if you're thinking of purchasing Colourpop liquid lipsticks and you think, do I need lippy primer? No, I don't really think you need it. It feels great, and I still think it looks great if you apply it correctly. Don't look at this. But I still think it looks great. I don't think you need a lippy primer, but I think it does help a little bit. But it's not like a necessity. But it is only $5, so it's like, meh. But I really like Sizzle, and I, again, feel like it feels like nothing on the lips. So I really like it. I think if you're purchasing Colourpop lipsticks, or if you're on kind of a budget and you want some really good liquid lipsticks, I think Colourpop is definitely the way to go. So that is everything for this video. If you guys like these kind of videos where it's kind of a review, give this video a big thumbs up so I know that you like it. And while you're down there, go ahead and subscribe. And I will see you guys on Wednesday. Bye!